Welcome to A Leader's Journey, the podcast for leaders who deeply believe there is a better way to lead and desire to create their unique journey towards becoming a legacy leader. I'm your host, Shannon Hammond. Over the last 20 years as a corporate leader and leadership performance coach, I've learned that many leaders believe there is a predefined path they have to follow and struggle leaning into their unique gifts that will create lasting impact and fulfillment. They end up feeling stuck, unhappy, and unfulfilled in the day-to-day of their role, and are challenged with why, since they have experienced success in their career and in life. I'm here to help leaders think through their leadership journey, learn how to ask themselves better questions, and learn the formula to create their leadership journey by design. If you are ready to design your unique leadership journey, lead with confidence, and love the teams you lead, then you are in the right place. Let's do this. I'm really excited for this week's episode, as I believe this is a key component of leadership and of life. I know for me, this has been a component that has been a critical part of my leadership and my journey in life. And today we are going to chat about your formula for success. Now, the word success has so many different meanings, and it's going to look different to each person. We are all unique, therefore success for one person is not success for another. There may be aspects that are similar, but the greater vision is unique to each person. So you might be asking yourself, what is a success formula? Well, a success formula are the things that when you do them, you know you are going to be successful. Now, you do need to start with defining what does success mean to you, but your success formula is the different aspects that when you put them together are going to help you be successful. So think of it just like a recipe. Your success formula, it is the ingredients that, again, when you put them together, they're going to give you the result that you desire. And like a recipe, when one ingredient is missing, the result is going to be different and may not get you exactly what it is that you are looking for. Having a formula for what success means to you, it helps give you a guide and a measure of where you are going. It's what helps you know when you are on track and you have a win to celebrate. It also helps you know when you are out of alignment or when you don't get the result that you anticipated. It helps you know and be able to look at what are some of the possible reasons why that is. The different factors of your success formula also allow you to be able to maximize your energy, maintain your good habits, and they support you in meeting your current highest potential and help you in achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. Once you create your success formula, it's not set in stone and something that's never going to change. It will evolve with you through different seasons of life. It will evolve as you evolve, and you may even hit a point where you need to recreate a completely new success formula because maybe you had a major life change or a major career change, or you've just found that the things that you've been doing, they no longer serve you. Maybe they're not helping you in the moment, or you need to take them to the next level because you've been able to build that foundation of that particular habit that you're looking for. Personal development does play a key role in your success formula. Taking time to invest in your growth and development allows you to identify what does and doesn't work. It supports your professional, mental, and spiritual growth and opens up habits and visions for success that you cannot see at this current moment. I'm a big proponent of checking in with your success formula during your daily or weekly journaling. As you know, if you've listened to some of these episodes, journaling is a really critical and key component. I'm a big fan of journaling as part of your personal development because it gives you the opportunity to integrate your wins, being able to write them down on paper and acknowledge that they happened. It helps you touch base with how you are really feeling what you have experienced that day or that week, and being able to check in on your desires and what's truly important to you, and maybe even help you identify what are some new desires that you have. Your success formula is a great thing to also work on with your coach. So they'll be able to help guide you in creating or recreating your success formula. They'll ask you the hard questions that you really need to answer. They'll share their observations and maybe repeat back to you some of the things that you said and help you uncover some of those things that might be deep inside that you don't know that are there. It is possible that you might find that there are key components to your formula for success that you don't even recognize at this moment in time. There might be habits or things that you just innately do that you just say, this is who I am. This is what I do. I've done it every day for years. And it's just who you are. It's how you show up at that moment. And being able to talk that through with a coach or even investing in your time of journaling will help you uncover what that component is and really dig into, is it a piece of your success formula? Why is it a piece of your success formula and how it's serving you? So today I did want to share with you what my formula for success is. These are the 5 things that when I do them, I will be successful. Now, that doesn't always mean it's a favorable outcome or a result, but I know that I did everything I needed to in order to achieve success. And if I get that unfavorable outcome or result, or maybe it's not exactly what I was looking for, knowing what my success formula is helps me give myself the grace to know that I did everything that I could and show up with that mindset of curiosity and being able to dig through and understand what happened in that situation and walk away with some lessons learned for what I need to do the next time and how I can continue to build on that. Now, I am going to say a little disclaimer similar to when I shared my morning routine. These are the things that I do that help me be successful. So I want you to listen to it with a lens of, this is not the exact thing that you need to do, and that if you do these 5 things, you're absolutely going to have success. No, these are the things that are what I've been able to identify for myself. I hope that in sharing them that it helps inspire you or get you thinking about what is your success formula. And in sharing it, I hope that maybe it helps you uncover if you do have one of those habits that is just who you are and it's something that you've done. It might help you identify that this might be a piece of your individual success formula and that you need to make sure that you write that down so that way you don't forget that that's something that you need to consistently do. So let's dive in. So my first component of my success formula is healthy habits. For me, this really is the foundation that builds upon all the other components of my formula for success. I know that when I'm acting in alignment with my healthy habits and I'm following them consistently and I'm achieving and staying true to what my health goals are, that I perform at my best and I will achieve success. Healthy habits, like I said, they also help me work through and actually be able to stay committed to the other 4 items of my success formula. So for me, healthy habits, it starts with completing my morning and my evening routines. In episode 5, I did share what my current morning routine is. So if you want to go back and listen to that episode, you'll be able to hear the different components of that. And you might find that some of the things that I share that are part of my healthy habits, they are a piece of my morning routine, but there's other things that I do add on to that. So making sure that, again, I'm staying consistent and completing my morning and my evening routines. Getting in a workout each day, that's definitely part of my morning routine, but also making sure that I'm staying moving throughout the day. I do work in a corporate job full time, which does require me to sit in a number of meetings. A lot of them are on Zoom, and so I do have to be on video. However, I do make sure that I am intentional with taking breaks throughout the day, getting up and moving, even if that's just walking down my driveway to the mailbox and back, walking upstairs, just making sure that I'm getting up and moving throughout the day, or even standing during some of my meetings. I do stand through a lot of them, and it's just to keep myself from not having to sit all day, because I know that when I sit, it just tenses up my entire body, and it gets to be very uncomfortable. I like to be up and moving and keep my body free throughout the day. Another component of my healthy habits is really dialing in my nutrition and choosing foods that make me feel good. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have a treat or a snack or a piece of candy or a cookie every now and again. But I know that if I have dialed in my nutrition and I'm choosing foods that make me feel good, that really fuel my body, that's a big component of my healthy habits, and know that it makes me feel better. I think better. I just feel smarter when I'm eating things that make me feel good. And then the last component of my healthy habits really is journaling. So that way I am staying connected with my feelings and my emotions. What is it that came up throughout the day? Writing that down. And journaling really does help me empty out the clutter that sits in my mind. I've got a lot of thoughts and ideas and different things that come up that kind of rattle all around in my head. It might be, oh, I got to remember to do this when I get home or when I get off of work, or take care of this on lunch, or somebody might have said something and now I know I need to reach out to this person at work. But journaling is what helps me kind of empty all that out of my mind and really be able to refocus on what truly is most important for me in that particular day and that particular week. The second component of my success formula is my purpose. Really being clear and connected to what my purpose in life is. Now that's going to be different for me than it is for you. But I notice that when I'm clear about it and I'm consistently connecting back to it, and again it gets incorporated into my journaling, I know that I am taking the actions that align with what it is that I need to do. My purpose helps give me that direction and, like I said, aim those actions and what it is that I need to be taking and doing that particular week to achieve the goals that I've set for myself. It also allows me to get back on track when I get distracted. Distraction happens to all of us. We're all human. And when I know exactly what my purpose is, when I find myself in that moment of distraction where I'm like, I'm not doing the things that I know I need to be doing or that I want to be doing, I'll check back in with my purpose and get myself refocused and moving back in the right direction. My purpose also helps keep me motivated when things get tough, because I know the vision that I'm working towards and the impact that I'm having on myself and others. That purpose helps keep me motivated when I don't feel like taking action, maybe when I don't feel like getting my workout in, when I don't feel like writing a piece of content, or, you know, when things get really hard at work, being able to show up in a meeting in the way that I want to, knowing what my purpose is, um, helps keep me motivated during those times, because things are going to get tough. Things are going to get hard. That's a given. It's going to happen, and having my purpose helps me be prepared for how I'm going to navigate through those particular situations. The third component of my success formula is my emotional regulation. Now, this is an aspect of emotional intelligence, and I do think that emotional intelligence, just in general, is a piece of everybody's success formula, because I do think that the different aspects of emotional intelligence really are critical for everybody in life, and especially leaders. For me, when I think about emotional regulation, it's really being intentional in choosing how I want to respond in any given moment and the emotions that I want to be able to feel throughout the day. It's keeping that aspect of it in my control, and making that, and helping myself know that this is my choice. I get to choose how I respond. I get to choose how I want to feel about anything, and not giving that control away to somebody else and allowing them to be able to impact how I feel. Emotional regulation is also about my ability to remain calm and focused during highly emotional or stressful situations. Again, as leaders, we're working with people, and you're going to have emotional and stressful situations. Systems might go down, things might not go the way that you wanted to. You get 10 times more work coming in than you expected. You're also working with people, and they're going to have things that are going to happen in their life that are going to be really big challenges for them. And quite honestly, they'd be challenges for anybody else who is experiencing them. And as their leader, they're coming to you looking for support. And so, really helping to stay in touch and intentional about how I'm showing up allows me in those situations to be able to make decisions with a clear head, and for me to be able to show up at my best for that person who needs me probably the most at that particular moment. Or if it is a stressful situation, not getting caught up in that and then making decisions that just don't make sense. The fourth aspect of my success formula is meaningful relationships. And for me, this is all about the people that I am around and really being intentional about being around and connecting with those that have a positive influence on me, and the people that I have a positive influence on them. It's about connecting consistently with the people that are most important to me and being fully present in my interactions with them. So if I'm in a one-on-one, I put myself on do not disturb and I close my email. So that way my employee at that time is getting my full attention. I'm not responding to chats or listening to the phone ring in the background. I do the same thing when I go into meetings. So when I'm in that meeting, those people have my full attention. Personally, it's not sitting at the restaurant having dinner with my husband and scrolling through my phone. It's being engaged in that particular conversation, and setting aside all of those distractions and really being able to connect and be fully present in that particular moment. It's also about letting go of those relationships that don't serve me or that bring down my well-being, whether that's physical well-being, mental well-being, spiritual well-being. If that person isn't pouring into me, and they're bringing that aspect of my life down, that's a relationship that I need to be able to let go of. And while it is hard to disconnect from family, from friends, and from coworkers, if they're not having a positive influence on you, you do need to not have them around anymore. And if it's somebody that you have to be around, let's just say coworkers at work, if you have a coworker who constantly brings you down, you know, I am intentional about limiting my interactions with them, um, and making sure that I don't get caught up in whatever emotional drama that they may be having going on, or the negativity that they happen to be bringing to that particular situation. Now, that doesn't mean that you're rude or disrespectful. You do need to conduct yourself with professionalism, but I do limit the amount of time that I spend with them. We may not go to lunches, or if we're in a meeting together that's in person, I won't sit next to them. I may not engage in as much conversation. Again, not going to be disrespectful, but I am going to make sure that I'm not spending a significant amount of time with those people that don't pour into me positively. The last aspect of my success formula is growth. For me, I know that I need to be growing, learning, challenging myself, and trying new things. Now, whether or not the new things work doesn't matter for me. It's all about the experience of trying them. So, whether that is a new craft project or a new meal, or maybe it's asking some new questions in my one-on-ones, or a different way to take notes, or taking over a task that maybe one of my peers does, but I'm going to take it over this week and maybe cover for them while they're out of the office, or just stepping in and trying something new and really pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. Again, I do this both personally and professionally, so this isn't just about my leadership at work. Growth for me is a holistic process about me as a person. Um, and it also plays a role and comes into some of the other pieces of my success formula. So a great example of that is I want to keep growing in my healthy habits. And as I shared before, that really is the foundation of my success formula is having those healthy habits. And specifically, I want to keep growing in my fitness and nutrition. So that might look like for me trying new foods or trying a new recipe, going out to maybe a new healthy restaurant or just going to maybe a place that we even go pretty regularly, but picking something new off of the menu and expanding what it is that I'm currently eating. It also might be attempting a new workout or a new move within my workout. One of the things that I'm really passionate about from a fitness perspective right now is rowing, and so it might be hitting a new personal record, taking a new rowing class that I haven't taken before, or stepping into a longer class than what I've done. I just know that it's an area that I want to grow in, and being able to experiment with what that looks like in pushing myself outside of my comfort zone is how I know that I am going to grow in that particular aspect. I can vividly think of times in my past when I wasn't intentional about my growth. I got complacent. I saw things stall out in my life and in my career and my leadership. It negatively impacted my energy and my mood, and I wasn't showing up as the person that I desired to be. I wasn't bringing a certain level of energy to situations that I wanted to. I found myself showing up in meetings at work with more conviction than curiosity. I went into some situations feeling like I already had the answer and I knew how this was going to play out, and didn't ask the questions that I wanted to. It really wasn't a good place for me. And being able to take the time through my journaling and honestly through working with my coach and really reflecting back on what that experience was like for me is how I know that growth is absolutely a part of my success formula. So those are the five components for me that I know that when I do them, I am going to achieve success. And as I said before, it doesn't mean that I always get the result that I wanted to, but I know that when I do those five things, I've showed up as the best of myself. I've given every effort that I can. And part of my definition of success is walking away with lessons learned. And so if all I walk away with from that situation is an experience that I didn't have before, and some lessons learned that I can apply to that the next time that I go into it, then for me that is success. So I'd love to hear from you. What does success mean to you? What is your success formula? Is it something that you've taken time to think about and have built before? Or is this a completely new concept for you? I also encourage you to really take time to journal about it. And as you've heard, if you've listened to other episodes, I really am a big proponent of journaling and being able to write down the thoughts and the feelings that are showing up for you. In when you're thinking about your success formula, journaling about it can be as simple as writing out the statement, the five things I know when I do them, I am successful are, and just making a list. You don't need to expand on them right away. Just write down what are the things that come to mind. And it doesn't have to be five, it can be three, it can be seven, it can be 10, whatever that number is for you. It's not about the number, it's really about thinking about the activities. Now, if you're hesitant to journal, I do want to remind you that just jotting down incomplete sentences and words and things that come to mind or writing in bullet points is journaling. So I empower you to just start with writing down what comes up for you when you think about your formula for success. Defining your success formula does start with awareness. So don't hesitate to read back through your prior journaling for ideas and thoughts that you may have documented, or thinking back to other experiences when you know you were feeling at your best, or maybe you got the result that you wanted to get, or maybe you walked away with some great lessons learned that you applied to the next time that came up. What were those things? That's where you'll create some of that awareness. You'll also want to make sure that you are practicing awareness in the moment in as many ways as you can. So that's having awareness for your energy, your behaviors, your thoughts, your actions. How is it that you're feeling in that particular moment? And what did you do that led up to that? So if you had a day where you had the energy that you wanted, what was it that you did? What happened? Who were the people that you were around, and really digging into that? This is another reason, again, well, I love journaling because it does help to create and identify that awareness that can help you in building your success formula. You don't know what you don't know. So creating awareness does help you learn about you. And that to me is also a key component of success. And for me, that's that growth component that I shared earlier. So I'd love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn and share with me your success formula. Again, what is it? What does success mean to you? And what are the things that when you do them, you know that you will achieve success? If you're stuck on creating your success formula, I can help you with that. So click on the link in the show notes and schedule a free leadership clarity session. During this time, we'll assess where you currently are, where you desire to be, what might be currently standing in your way, and how you can work through all of those things again to create your formula for success, which will help you attract the role that you desire, lead with confidence, and love the team that you're going to be leading. I hope that this episode does inspire you to create your success formula and that you walked away learning something new today. I hope that you have a fantastic week, and we'll chat with you next time. Thanks for listening to A Leader's Journey podcast. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're excited to learn more, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and tune in next week for another exciting leadership lesson. I'd love to help you level up your leadership, achieve the goals you desire, and design your unique leadership journey. So click the link in the show notes to schedule a free Level Up Your Leadership session. During this time, we will define where you are in several key areas of leadership, where you desire to be, and how you can level up your leadership. You don't need to do this alone, so let's chat today and get your journey started. Don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn or in the A Leader's Journey community on Facebook, and share this episode with another leader so we can all learn and grow together. That's all for this episode, and I'll see you next week. Until then, lead with confidence, show up every day as the leader you are striving to be, and make the decision today to level up your leadership this year.